My friends, may the good Lord give you peace. We're coming up to the third Sunday of Lent, and the church brings us in the Sunday readings to the fourth chapter of John's Gospel, the beautiful story of Jesus' encounter with the woman at the well. A beautiful but somewhat unusual story, unless we understand a few things. Jesus is passing through Samaria. That has to be done to pass from Galilee to Judea, but it's done with trepidation because the Jews and the Samaritans at that time didn't get along. And Jesus goes by the site of Jacob's well, a well told about several times in the Hebrew scriptures. And he encounters a woman there. Taboo number 2, not only is she a Samaritan, but she's a woman. They're not supposed to be alone together like this. And he asks her for a drink. She's thinking of physical water. She says, "We don't even have a bucket. How can I give you something to drink?" But Jesus is thinking of a different kind of water. You see, in John's Gospel, Jesus' hunger and thirst is satisfied when he gets to pour out his love on someone. We're told at the beginning of this passage that Jesus is tired. He's tired because he's just encountered Nicodemus, who had all sorts of questions for him, but who really didn't have the faith and the trust to allow him to pour out that love. But here's this woman. And Jesus tells her he's going to offer living water. And she says, "Give me some of this living water." "Fine," Jesus says, "go get your husband." Oh, now there's difficulty. Jesus tells her, "That's right. You've got 5 husbands, not one, and the one you're with now isn't really your own husband." Now think about this. If this were you or me, we'd probably say, "Who do you think you are telling me about my 5 husbands? That's none of your business." And we would do that because we would fear judgment or condemnation or intrusion on the part of the other. But you see, Jesus allows her to express the truth of her life in the face of total love. He doesn't condemn her. He doesn't judge her. He accepts her. And in that, she is forgiven. She is set free. And what is her response? He must be a prophet. And so she goes and tells all of her friends and neighbors what Jesus has just done. And they too come to know Jesus through her. So this is a wonderful story of love on the part of Jesus, of conversion on the part of this woman, and then of evangelization. She becomes a model for evangelization because she goes and she tells others what Jesus has done for her, all because she honored his simple request to give him a drink. She gave him her heart. She gave him herself. She gave him all of herself, even her sins and her weakness, and found that in that encounter she was healed and forgiven. Will you give Jesus a drink today? Will you give Jesus not only your good side, but your whole self, your brokenness, your weakness, trusting that he will fill that with his love? And when you have done that, will you share that wonderful good news with others? My friends, may the good Lord